Hi friends, welcome back to 9 Little Aussies. We are finally starting to dry out after all this rain. We've had a couple of hot days, end of the second dry day. Yesterday I still couldn't really get out here in the garden without gum boots because it was so muddy, but it is starting to dry out a little, so that is good. Can't believe I'm saying that, but we do want it a little bit dry. So I came out this afternoon with the purpose of harvesting a few things that need to get out of the garden, and I've kind of been waiting for some of that swelling from the really heavy rain to go down, and a little bit of dry, kind of a dry hit to kind of bring the flavor back into some of these things like the tomatoes and the zucchini, and I think we've got some cucumbers ready and some jalapenos. I'm gonna have to figure out quick smart what to do with all these jalapenos. So I think I was listening to a podcast. It was Jess from Roots and Refuge, her podcast the other day on preserving, and I have never tried to do much with jalapenos really, because I've only ever grown sort of like one plant, but this time I have quite a few plants, so I'm going to try maybe dehydrating some, maybe pickling some. I don't know. I'm going to try some different things, but I'm going to have to definitely get busy. We've got some tomatoes. These little orange ones, we came out the other day and Zion tasted them for the first time. He was a very happy little boy. Oh, man. Oh, look at that. Those fire ants, they're all over these. Now, what are they doing on the leaf? I have not seen them do that before. They're usually in the ground. This is an eggplant. What are you guys doing on that? Yep, he got me. They always manage to get me. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe it. Should I
Taste
eat it?
Yeah, taste it and see.
What is it? Ripe tomato. Oh, you're eating the full service tomato out of our garden? I want to try a tomato out of our garden. I don't like store-bought tomatoes.
Is it good? Let's see.
Can I try one?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Try this one.
They're good. They don't taste like the bad tomatoes. They taste very good. Eat it. That wouldn't taste that bad.
There might be another one.
Yeah, there's some right there. There's some right there.
Did you not like it, Gracie?
Yeah. Still hate tomatoes.
You still hate tomatoes?
I'm gonna hate this one. Hate that one. You mean eat that one? That's like you said hate. That is a tomato.
Oh, that one was good. I tasted a good one. Gracie doesn't like them. I think there's more over here, Zan. Let's look.
I'm glad.
Don't stand on that.
Excuse me. I'm glad so much.
It's so wet and boggy through here.
I think there's right tomatoes behind those. I see a red one.
Oh, there's more, Zion.
I hate them.
Here.
I think they still
Look.
hate them. There's a reddish one. There's a reddish one right there. Can I eat?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Get it. Can you get it? I got it.
All right, you want to get it, Gracie?
I'm not eating it, but I can get it. Yeah, down there. No. Yeah, go. Down.
Yep.
Let's go.
Oh, I think you knocked off a green one. You got to be careful not to knock off the green one.
Anyway, it's not going to be right. It is going to be right, but it's not going to be bad anyway. We got heaps.
That's true.
Yeah. Love tomato, brother.
Taste them and all of a sudden like tomatoes.
That's what Gracie said, but didn't work for her.
You never know, Grace. Maybe you and I are alike. Just one, thanks.
This one.
I'm just kidding. That's very nice and juicy.
They're good, aren't they? I like them.
Hey, what's this?
Hey, I think we just converted Dad.
Right here,
What is this fella? Is that a weed?
Huh.
That might be one of the plants we made.
I don't know what that is, darling. I don't know if we planted that or if that's a weed.
What are they?
I do not know what they are,
I think
but I think they're eating
that's
our tomatoes.
Yeah. Are they tomatoes? Yeah, they're tomatoes. Mama, are they tomatoes?
Yes, they're nice big tomatoes. It's like a whole nother little world in there. In under the zucchini leaves. A whole nother little world. Look at this one. Man, it's quite warm out here, but we have got a little bit of a harvest. We're still going on the cucumbers.
This one.
So if the yellow zucchini are really producing a lot more at the moment than the green ones. I kind of prefer the green ones, but I'll take whatever the garden gives us at this point. And the cucumbers, I can spy one, Gracie, look. Over there.
Oh, yep, I see it.
Do you see it?
This one?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's kind of big.
Cucumbers have sharp.
Yeah, they have. You kind of, if you twist them around, if you twist them, they'll come off easier.
Okay.
All right, let's see what else we can find. I think there's more cucumbers over here. Now, I need to tie these up, and I also, there are quite a few jobs that just haven't happened with the rain. These cucumbers have got away from me and they're trailing out here. You can keep looking, hun, they're all in there. And I need to tie them up on the teepees, but that's just one of the things I haven't got to because it's been so wet. So now it's kind of tricky now because they're trailing all out here. I'm gonna have to come out and yeah, I may even have to get a little bit brutal and may disturb them quite a bit to do that now. The corn, yeah, the corn is growing.
Look at the corn.
Some of it got disturbed by a naughty chook the other day who got in here. Very naughty chook. But that happens from time to time. Are you counting them?
Look at this one.
Yes, it's little.
Is it a cucumber?
No, it's a zucchini.
It looks like a cucumber.
I think they're sweeter when they're little. All right, let's see what we can find in here. Underneath in this little mini world of cucumbers. That one can probably get a bit more on him. What else? Oh, there's a wee baby. Just a wee baby one.
Get it.
No, he's too little. Let him grow bigger.
What's in there, spikes?
They're kind of itchy and scratchy.
Yeah.
Now there are a few spiders, so just watch for spiders, Missy. Now, I also had, I probably should have gloves on. I had under all of this jungle of cucumber, I had capsicums. See, there's one. And they're totally buried now. Buried in cucumbers.
Where's the cucumber? Where's the
That there is a capsicum. No, you can't see there's no fruit on it, it's just the plant. Yeah. These lady peas need to be trained up as well. Let's see if there's any more. I'm gonna have to get my gloves and some string and come out here. We could have missed some easily. Oh, there's one. There's one. I'm wandering along here looking for tomatoes, but I think the kiddlywinks have already got the ripe ones. I think they've been through. They know where they are, and they've been through and picked the ripe ones, because most of these, I saw ripe ones earlier, and now they are gone. But that's okay, they're in little tummies, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I love that they can come and snack out of the garden. Quite happy for that to happen. I found a beautiful little orange one that the kids must have missed. They're just so yummy. It's just nothing like a tomato fresh off the vine. Well, that one might be ready too. They're really cute little orange ones. I don't know if this is the sweet something. I haven't grown this before. I've only usually grown the little red ones, but they're quite tasty. So I think I'll grow them again. Yeah, it is such a busy season. You know, I was thinking there are all types of seasons. You know, we know this to be true. Everyone knows this. There are seasons of calm and peace, and seasons of intense busyness and stress, hard seasons, blessed seasons. I think one of the most beautiful seasons in my memory is when Zion was first born, my 7th baby. I had stopped being that anxious, stressed out mum, and I just reveled in it. It was such a beautiful time of just being at home with my family and snuggling on the couch, feeding my baby, and just soaking in that little oxytocin bubble as long as I could, and not fretting about anything. It was a beautiful season. We need the beautiful seasons. They strengthen us in the tough seasons. And this is definitely a very full-on season. Moving countries is not for the faint of heart. I think we are in jalapeno season, it is safe to say. I don't know if you can see that. So many jalapenos. Ty has just come in and told me that he found some ripe peaches, which is really, really exciting. So I didn't think they would be ready for ages, but maybe the rain and the hot days have just sped it up. Can you give it a try? Is it good? It's juicy. Does it taste good? Is it sweet?
It's good.
It's good?
Some of it was overripe, but
Okay.
it was good.
Wow, we're gonna have to keep our eye on that. Yeah? You'll eat another one?
Yeah, I'll eat another one.
They're really sweet. They're not our alone peaches, but they're pretty good. Especially seeing as how they came off our tree. Now, peaches. That taste brings back so many memories. Peaches taste like summer. They really do. It is a good while later. I got interrupted, as happens. Look, my Diplodenia is flowering and there's more little buds. So happy and cheerful. I would like to put it out the front of the house, but I'm very, very hesitant because of those puppies. Not to be trusted, those puppies. So it might just stay out the back here for a little while. I think I have found what may be, it's not the best cup, what may be my new favorite drink. It's called Switchel, or Haymaker's Punch. And this recipe, this one I made off of Homesteading Families channel. Someone sent me the link because I was asking on a group I'm on. Man, the mozzies are bad. Whew. All this water laying around that almost lift you up and carry you away. It's shocking. Anyway, I was asking for a homemade electrolyte recipe because I've had some sick kiddos this week, and my little guy, our littlest, has been on the couch with a fever, just a lot, you know, that listless, sick, not well little boy, and not able to eat anything, barely drinking water. And so I was trying to get some electrolytes back into him, and someone suggested this recipe because I was just trying to make something up. And when I googled it, there are definitely options. Like there was one that was salt and sugar and water, and it's better, I think, than some of these store-bought ones that are full of artificial sweeteners and artificial colors and flavors and who knows what. But this one was really good. Anyway, it might be my new favorite drink, I think. Healthy drink. Yeah, so sick kids on top of everything else has just been the thing that has been this week, like, whew. Sometimes you just got to sit back and say, it is what it is. I will get done what I get done, and no more, and that's okay. I will be okay with that. We haven't been able to get to this lawn. As you can see, it looks like a jungle because of the rain, and one of the kids went and mowed like a border around, so we've got some walkways, but it has now got too long for the push mower to handle it, so we are going to have to get the ride-on in, but it's been too wet for the ride-on because it's just so low back here, and it'll just bog down, tear it all up. So it's going to have to kind of wait, I think, one more day of dry, and we might be good to go. But yes, such is life, hey? Such is life. Look at those girls back there, happily pecking away. Hey, Chucky looks. Are you looking? I see you looking. This is not a terribly hard season in many ways. Like, I have been through some really, really hard seasons that just wreck you, you know, that just, you feel like you're not gonna make it. And this is not one of those. It's not like that. In many ways, it's very beautiful. Very beautiful, very rewarding, very special time for us as a family being here. But it is also really tough in some ways. And there are times when it just feels overwhelming, the enormity of it, whether it's homesickness or finances or the enormity of the workload that we've undertaken. And like the grass getting away. You know how, I'm sure anyone who has some land and grows a garden knows what I'm talking about, because sometimes you can feel like, oh dear, maybe I bit off more than I can chew. And that's okay, because we will, we just take the next step. But then when, sometimes things pile up too, and more than one thing at a time will hit you. Life does that. And I know some people are walking through really tough seasons where there's some terribly hard things happening, I know when my husband had cancer, or other years and years ago, really hard things that we went through as a family, it can feel completely devastating, and like you just don't know what to do next. And even in this is not one of those seasons. Like I said, this is just I've just hit some overwhelm, to be perfectly honest. I've hit some overwhelm in the last couple of weeks. Just various things piling up. Nothing terrible in and of itself, nothing insurmountable or tragic. Just life, lots of life things. And it has felt overwhelming. And I've just had to take a deep breath and say, okay, remember, girl, what do we do in these seasons? We stop. We breathe. We take a moment, and sometimes several moments. And sometimes it does mean reassessing and pulling back from things you had committed to. But a lot of times, like one of the toughest seasons back in 2019, when my husband did have stage 3C, they called it, cancer. We didn't know if he was going to make it to Christmas. This was in July. And there were days when I was just like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what to do next. And it was simply came down to hug the next child, read the next story, make the next meal, take the next step, the next doctor's visit, just do the next thing that I knew to do, and trust the rest to the Lord, because there's nothing else I could do. And it was in that season that I actually started my blog, The Hope Homestead, and started writing there. And it was almost like a way of stepping outside of my circumstances. And so, I mean, I don't know, sometimes I think writing is therapeutic and just getting your thoughts out. But it was a way for me to be able to try and create something. I think there's something about being a creator, not just a consumer, that is very empowering. And when you're going through tough things, whatever that tough thing might be, it can be really personal, hard things with family, with friends. It can be financial things. It can be, there's so many things that can cause us stress in our life. But we still get to choose ultimately if we're going to be a victim in that situation, in those circumstances, or if we're going to walk victoriously, if we're going to walk strongly. And I think for me, it's a choice to walk strong in overwhelm. And that means for me, choosing to give back, choosing to create something. It's just empowering, whether it's coming out to the garden and digging a bed and planting something, watering it, weeding it, watching it, caring for it, or whether it is writing an article or filming a film, or making a dish for a friend who's going through a hard time. Whatever it's that giving back, it's creating as well as giving back. That is just so empowering. And because it's something you can do, it's something you do have control over, something you have the ability to do, even though everything else can feel so chaotic and it can feel like you don't have control and like there's nothing I can do about X, Y, Z. And that might be very, very true. Like ultimately that might be the case. But choosing to do what you can do and create where you can and give back where you can, I think is really ultimately empowering, taking responsibility, and takes your own thoughts to others. Yeah. Singing, that's the other thing I love to do when, and I am not a singer really, but I love to sing. I love to sing in the garden, in the kitchen, and it really lifts your spirits when I'll put my favorite praise and worship playlist on or whatever. Sometimes I'm in the mood for classical and I just want tranquil, quiet, beautiful classical music, and sometimes it's something else. Sometimes I want I'll get in the mood for something Celtic. Sometimes it's just some clap your hands praise and worship, so whatever. But music can be a really good way to change your outlook on life. So also just walking in the garden. I mean, how beautiful is this out here? Despite the long grass, it's very gratifying, calming of the heart, mind, and spirit to sit in the garden, even when it's full of mozzies. All right, friends, I've got some more silver beet. I picked some more earlier but needed to add to it. I'm going to go inside and cook that up for dinner, mash the potatoes, make sure my little man is okay. He might need some more snuggles. He's still not feeling great, but he started eating again, so that's a good thing. And I'll be back out here again tomorrow morning. Thank you for hanging out in my garden with me today, harvesting a few veggies, thinking a few thoughts. It's good to have you with me. And no matter where you are, whatever your circumstances may be, good, bad, or indifferent, sunshine and raindrops to you, my friend, and I will see you again really soon.